Building a competitive Heroclix team can be expensive, but not hard. With online tools, a topping team is just a few clicks away.
Starting with a full brick of our choice and a budget of $60 a week, me and my co-host Jordan will build a team entirely on sealed product.
No trading, no buying singles, just opening product and making the best team we can with the goal of topping a regional event. This is Heroclix Out the Pack.
This is week 10's opening. I'm opening the last of my War of the Realms and my Captain America. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. We just got back from Vegas and I'm not playing Avengers. So, we'll see.
Yeah, the Vegas trip definitely put a lot into perspective for what we need for our teams. Definitely is going to help me rework my team at least a little bit and hopefully give Jordan some perspective on his team as well. I went to buy X of Swords because, it's the X-Men set that I'm getting. And the guy at the counter at our local shop, Heroes and Villains, not the one that we play at, which is Isle of Games, but another one in town that opened a little earlier, so I was actually able to get these packs today, said, hey, are you still doing that YouTube series thing? And I said, yeah. And he said, here, I have a spare one of these. Take this one. So I'm counting this as free for my budget since he just gave it to me. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to be playing this Pyro. Realistically, it's not good enough for a regional level team. It's a cool figure, for sure. But the Otherworld Castle map is in here, which is really important.
Open it up.
So, I'm going to do that. We've got... Wow. Wow.
I told you, different map.
Oh, that is a different map. Oh, that's Limbo indoor. Yeah, so we've got this Pyro. He gives a little flame token to whoever he hits, and then the flame token deals penetrating damage to that character every turn until they clear. Otherworld Castle outdoor. Yeah, this is a different... no, it's the same Otherworld Castle map. The Limbo is on the other side is different. But for as far as my Jubilee, the Otherworld Castle is going to be what I'm playing it at. It's very nice.
Alrighty.
Appreciate it.
Opening War of the Realms. I'm next. I got things. We got garbage. Ooh.
That Gamora is really good.
No,
it's not the prime
it's
one.
not the prime one.
She's decent.
She's
super though.
Okay.
I was able to get a whole brick of X of Swords for a little bit cheaper than normal, so I am going to be able to open 5 today. All right, first pack here. We're recording, George.
We got Bendy Sword.
We got Peepers! We were looking for Peepers. I'm really happy with Peepers. That's what we wanted. We wanted Peepers real bad. So yeah, that's really big. I don't necessarily care about the rest of these, but I do like Peepers a lot, and we'll get into the Legacy card.
Same as a thing for Sidekicks and Captains.
Oh, that's fun. We got... Unus the Untouchable. I have no idea who you are. Maybe. 50 points for 6 clicks. Not bad.
I don't think you're making it there. Captain America next. We got Caps. Spider-Man. Super. Minotaur, Sharon Carter, Duke Nukem, and Shield Agent. Got another Spider-Man. No Spider-Mans.
Actually reading this card, he's like a 50-point version of Zorn, where you kind of don't let your opponent within range 4 of you. A little tankier than Zorn, like 10 points more, I think. I think Zorn's 40 or 35. I was thinking about picking that Zorn back up onto my team, so I'm gonna have to double check that guy, see if I can pick up that figure in time. Going into my next pack, we got Cape Pride. It's the Mission Points Cape Pride. And Recruiter Cyclops, which is also really good. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be able to play the Cape Pride realistically, but I do love that character. And of course, we got Cape Pride in the same pack as our little dragon friend, Lockheed. So yeah, I'm very happy I picked that figure up. I don't think it's going to be super relevant for this series specifically, but I like that figure, and I'm glad I have it.
I got War of the Realms. I have no idea what I'm doing. I got Prime Wrecker.
Ooh, that figure's really good. Especially since I don't believe you have a Prime on your field yet. There's the Peggy, but I don't remember if...
I don't have Peggy.
Yeah. So yeah, that is as your Prime is pretty good. And then my next one. We got
Magneto.
the other Cyclops, Magneto. Abigail Brand. Oh, she turns Krakoa into X-Men? Or X-Men into Krakoa. Or Araka. One of the others. We got Cypher, who's good at that with that enhancement in power. The other Cyclops that I got from the
X-Men.
release.
She turns X-Men into Sword.
She turns X-Men into Sword. Okay, so there's another one that I think that turns Araka. Yeah. But yeah,
this one's heavy.
Interesting. Not great for me, but interesting.
We got an Enchantress. We got Bubble Wrap.
Bubblies. It's Hela. Ooh, that's a good Hela. Someone's a bunch of tokens.
125. That's 200 points of tokens.
Yeah. Cracking the mine here. I should be opening from the bottom like I was previously, but it was way easier. Yeah. I don't know why I started opening from the top again. The Boobles. It's a sword. That's the common magic and the super rare Red Root the Forest with her sword. All right, that's cool. So now I have the common magic and the uncommon magic. I think the uncommon one's slightly better, though the common one's a carrier. I'm not sure exactly with any of my sword. That's kind of more of a utility because you just have to hit. You don't have to deal damage with these swords. So giving the magic that sword could be nice as a little utility piece.
We got
Ooh, Winter Soldier.
Black Panther is the rare. Winter Soldier,
Black
Citizen
Panther.
V.
It's a 50-point plot. All right, then getting into mine here, we've got my
Yeah,
last pack.
Protected Outwit. He just has Protected Outwit.
That's cool. Ooh, we got Death and Death Sword. All right, I don't think I got any swords from my pre-release, so having some more swords here for potential sword bearer characters is very, very nice. The cable's decent. The Storm's cool, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to run her. And I got another tarot card here. Take a look at in a minute.
Oh, those are banned, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but just for the future.
Doesn't matter. Last pack, we got Valkyrie. We got MCU Valkyrie and regular Valkyrie.
True.
Dr. Annabelle Riggs, which is also Valkyrie, and Hulk and
It's also Valkyrie. Yeah. I mean, I got some cool supers, but realistically, I think these are the best things that I'm going to be running. The Steepers makes Mimic crazy. His range goes from 6 to 8 pretty quick and has a power, so now... Honestly, I might not even need Blades on Mimic if I can get him just high enough on damage. I'm looking at kind of subtly reworking my team to just not have Mimic pick up an offensive ability turn 1, pick up a defensive ability turn 1, which might be something a little better on the keeping him alive game plan. If that's the case, I might end up cutting that Wolverine, although that Wolverine is kind of a house.
I get to go through all my stuff tonight and figure out what I'm playing tomorrow.
Yeah, our Majestix practice is tomorrow as of us recording this, and we are both kind of reworking our teams. Jordan a little bit more so than me, but definitely have to do some brewing in the eve hours. And I think we will see you in the games. All right, so this is our little team showcase. I've mixed up my team a lot, especially with the additions of X of Swords, as well as Jubilee and Captain Britain. I've been able to add to my team since last time, and Dupe, since last time we did like an actual play with our teams thing and some like custom event for the shop. And Jordan's changed his team a shit ton.
No, I'm not. I'm still playing Avengers, technically.
Technically.
We just got back from Vegas, and I know that my sealed Avengers team is not going to deal with anything.
Yeah.
The pieces... I played almost all the meta teams. Right? I played Swap Out X-Men. I played against Thanos. I played against Monsters. And then I played AIDS.
Yeah.
And a new guy. Right?
Yeah.
So... 3 of those teams are going to probably be showing up, and I know that I don't really have still don't have one, but answer for Sakari and Iron Man, other than hit him many times,
Yeah.
right? So I know that Demon of Armor is a very good piece. It hurts the Perplex. There's a lot more Perplex than Outwit because so many things are cosmic that the Outwit doesn't really matter, but if we can drop your stats or up yours, that matters. So
I noticed that a lot from the Vegas event as well. I actually cut my Outwitter from my team and added a Perplex and a Probs user onto this version of the team specifically for that reason.
Yeah.
There's very many things that stop an Outwit. There's very few things that stop a probability control, and I think really only Guardian's team ability stops Perplex, and nobody's running Guardians. If something has Guardian's team ability, it's on accident. There just isn't a whole lot of stuff that stops Perplex and probability control like there is stuff that stops Outwit.
Yeah.
And because of that, you can get a little greedier with your team building where a lot of people are running Cosmic because a lot of people are running Outwit, and so therefore a lot of people stop running Outwit, and so I'm able to run stuff that gets punished a lot harder by an Outwitter, but not many people are running Outwit. Like Dupe, if you Outwit is invincible, he gets one shot, right? Mimic, if you outwit the defense that I give him, he's super easy to hit, right? But because there isn't, I'm kind of expecting there to not be a whole lot of Outwitters because of the Cosmic aspect, I can get a little greedier with my team building.
Yeah. So we swapped ours up. We're not Avengers. We are scientists.
With a lot of Avengers in there.
Yeah. With the exception of Darcy and the Demon in Armor, they're still the Avengers. The Wasp are there for being recruiters. She shuts down Thanos to a degree. She kills the improved targeting. This Peter, this is my play-at-home Peter. Did a whole showcase on him. The Pogs are good. The Pogs have Outwit and Perplex and a carry ability that's going to get everybody around the map for that squad. It's really good. Peter's got the perplex. The demon in the armor I played against, and I've had this thing forever, and I want to play it. He's 50 points of
Some bullshit.
yeah. Makes it so your opponent can't up their attack values to attack anybody within his range. And his range is just 6.
Yeah, it's positively modifying any of their combat values.
Or replace them.
Yeah, or
replace them. Yeah.
Yeah. So they can't up their attack with perplex.
No, it's just attack. They can't. They can do
Okay,
damage,
never mind.
but it's attack. So they're just not hitting as often. Now we still have Wasp, Spider-Man, and Wasp. All have super senses, so it's a little hard to hit them anyway. And then we still get the Time Diamonds Peter. So 3 attacks, or 3 dice on an attack, and prob, safeguard prob, means that we can just have all of our combat still around him, and then have Iron Doom over on the side, and just be like, and then like they can't do anything. And if I can't up my values and I have to roll 3 dice and my opponent gets to pick what hits me, I'm probably not getting hit.
Yeah.
This Wasp is also a recruiter, so she's a leadership piece and she's a recruiter. She's also leadership, so we have the
4 actions.
the redundancy there. We are playing an Avengers sideline, just really good Avengers pieces. The Black Widow Thor that I pulled 2 of, she's just really good. Makes the lurker, good range piece. The Daredevil I've played many times. Scarlet Witch that I've played.
Scarlet Witch is actually interesting because she is carrier 3 for anyone who shares keywords with her, and she's Latvarian, and so is Demon in Armor. So she can carry him as well, which I thought was interesting.
The Party Thor, because Party Thor is great.
Especially when you recruiter him in like mid to late game and he's top dial, and he can just start running around pulse wave and capping. Like he's crazy on a recruiter board.
And then Quicksilver has Brotherhood. So fun interaction we found. Brotherhood plus Time Diamonds Peter copying it, meaning I'm probably rolling a 10 and 12, so I get to hit you and then pull an action token off.
Yeah.
That's great. 35 points means he can recruit her off of anybody that dies.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And then Cap is a backup recruiter. And then we've got 3 Skull Surprise because having extra pieces on our teams is very good, especially if they're our opponents.
Yep. Yeah, and then my team changed up a little bit as well. Still running Moira, Mimic Exodus. We've got the Jubilee now, and we did get a hold of the Otherworld Castle map as it was in the Play at Home kit that we opened up this week. So that was very nice. I picked up this Multiple Man. I have a couple of these things. At 10 point slot, it has Close Combat Expert and Steel Energy, which are very important for Mimic to be picking up. Because if this thing has Close Combat Expert, Mimic can pick it up passively, and then also grab the Steel Energy, and with his Flurrying, he's attacking twice, he's hitting for more. I like this plan a little bit better than the Blades plan. You'll notice I'm not running my Wolverine to copy Blades from him, because I still have the Explode Weakness, I'm still doing damage, so I'm still getting my Steel Energy. And with the Perplex from this magic, and then him copying Perplex from that magic, and then the Close Combat Expert that he's copying from this, he goes to a +3 attack, +1 damage. So I'm dealing 4 damage, which is rolling. In order to do better than that, I have to roll a 5 or 6 on Blades, and there's been so many times where I've just rolled 1s and 2s on Blades that it's just the consistency of the 4 damage every time I think is better than the potential for the 5 and 6, but also the potential for the 2 and 3. And then also with the Close Combat Expert bumping him, he goes up to a 14 attack, and that was another one of the things that Mimic was always missing, was actually being able to hit. So that's very nice. Alternatively, the 2 Perplexes can go into Exodus to kick him up to a 13 attack for his Mind Control. And then, or we can kick up Jubilee's attack up to the 13 with her dual targeting 4 damage when she's in Dragon mode. So I really like that. I'm able to swap off these 4 for these 4 when I win map roll, and so I'm also able to get this magic onto the field as well because she has probability control that Mimic can pick up if I really need it, just as more utility things. The Jubilee is also really, really nice to be able to field if I win map roll because she has Invincible and Shape Change. With Shape Change Super Senses, I think Mimic's going to be really hard to kill, and even if you do hit him, he still reduces 2 penetrating, and then he just steals out, Steel Energy's up. You need to assign 7 damage to Mimic. 6 is easy enough to do. You have to kind of have the power gem, in my experience, but it's possible. And 5 damage kills him. With the Invincible, you need 7 damage to kill him, plus through his Super Senses, plus through maybe a Shape Change, and then he can Steel Energy up. Seems pretty good to me. Captain Britain is in here for if I need to field Rogue against Thanos teams. I have a whole spreadsheet to kind of make things work for that. Rogue can give Mimic Battle Fury as well as Hypersonic, because one of the problems with the Thanos is that it phases 6 squares, and Mimic's charge range is 6 squares. So if he starts 1 square away from me, and then phases 6, I can't get to him. So I need to have Hypersonic to get to him, which is great because Mimic is mostly a melee attacker, but he's still a good range attacker. He has a range 8, so I can Hypersonic 11 squares and then shoot you 4. I can find you after 15 squares, right? especially with a TK from somebody else on the team. Dupe is here in case we lose map roll to get the Invincible over to Mimic, as well as a secondary probability control, just so I can have more props for that. And then I realized that Professor X doesn't only swap X-Men. He also swaps Illuminati and Shi'ar. So I was looking at those things that I have pulled. I can't start with them on my team because otherwise they break theme, but I can swap out an X-Men for an Illuminati. So that's why this Mr. Fantastic is here. Jordan was looking for it. And I wanted it too, because the Rally 4 on this thing can lock something down. So it can prevent Thanos from moving away, or from anything from trying to fly away from me, right? So I can lock something down if anybody rolls a 4, which is probably going to happen. He also has Outwit, which is the only Outwitter in this field that's going to stay on the board. Technically, Professor X has it, but he's always coming out. So if I need the Outwit, he can come in. He's only 30 points. He can swap out for Dupe or this Magic, or both 30 points, so I can kind of modulate my team that way easily. He has the ability that after he's given a move action, he clears all hindering terrain within range. Jubilee also does this when she's in Dragon mode, but I'm not always going to win map roll. So Jubilee's is better because it's within her range of 8, and if she's standing next to either of the guys that Dazzler has given shield team ability, it kicks up to a 10. So just generated terrain doesn't exist anymore when Jubilee's on the map. But I don't always win the map, so that's why I have to have Mr. Fantastic and Dupe as backups for those kinds of abilities, and I'm looking to abuse. Yeah, I feel like his team is pretty well-rounded. North actually stays on the team when I run into Thanos because he has shape change super senses, and giving Mimic shape change super senses as well, since he has super senses I can copy the shape change, I think is going to be critical for trying to deal with that matchup, hopefully. I don't want to leave any of my big attackers like Jubilee on the board. I don't want to leave any of my Krakoan Revival stuff like Exodus on the board. That's my game plan moving forward. I have this alchemical potion, and I built my team with this alchemical potion to give multiple man empower. And then I read alchemical potion again and realized that you pick a power with the alchemical potion, but they don't get to use that power until you roll the d6 and it clicks around on the little dial. So the goal was that multiple man has an empower and close combat expert, so that Mimic can go to a 5 damage by picking up the close combat expert and the empower. But I realized this like 5 minutes before recording, like on my way over, and this was all took me 3 hours to put together. So we're just playing an alchemical potion now. So there definitely needs to be some changes to the team. I also, in my building, didn't think that I had 2 Professor X's, but after sorting my collection, realized that I do have 2 Professor X's. So I might be able to do some double swap shenanigans to get some of my sword bearers, like this Magic, to drop a sword to give somebody blades, because I picked up a couple swords this week that are more utility blades. So we'll see if we can do something like that. This team's going to change at least a little bit more. But this is a good foundation core.
Yeah, having
right
the ability to just drop the sword in the square.
Yeah.
Because then you start with someone picking it up.
Yeah, especially for my action economy on my turn 1. Moira power actions, so that's 1 to give the rally die. That's fine. Then Exodus TK's an item in, right? I'm probably going to use Super Soldier Serums because Mimic having willpower is really, really nice. Then Mimic would have to pick up the Super Soldier Serum, and then I have 1 more action. So if I need to move that item over to me, I can't. I don't have Venom Magneto, I don't have a free TK, I don't have anything like that. So I need to just have the item in my square. And with the swap out, dropping the item, which is admittedly a little bullshit, that's what happens. So yeah, we'll see if we can do something like that to drop swords in front of me, but still have my figure that I want. But yeah, we will
see you at the games.
Yep.
This is the Majestix practice. David chose the worst game to showcase, and we're saying that. I am playing Scientists, and he's playing Thanos. We pass our first turn by TKing items to our team and making a Scott's Head to make Thanos get into position, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing against him. Demon in Armor was just going to prevent him from upping his stats, but he doesn't really do that. And then he just moves up. We make Happy to carry the squad, and then just charge Time Diamonds Peter and the Demon in Armor in, so we can't really up stats. We bring Wasp and Darcy to the middle, and we take the zombie crew over to the left side of the map to try to take out that Phoenix first and sidestep the other Wasp up. He rolls for gems and gets 3 of them, and Rocket has a 12 attack, and I didn't realize Rocket's a breakaway thing, but he goes to shoot, and I prob it, and he pops my hogs, which are sad. And then he moves Thanos over. We're carrying the Watcher. This is the replacement Watcher, so I don't want him to replace, and I'm thinking about that the entire time on how I'm going to kill that Watcher before I let him replace. He's going and getting his mind control off. We don't super sense out of the way. He moves my Demon in Armor and then attacks my Darcy, and she lives, haha. And then he attacks Peter, needs a 5. We don't have a prop to use, so we miss our super senses, and I attack the Rocket and the Thanos. We hit them both, and he doesn't super sense out of the way. and we pull Spider-Man back with the demon armor because we're trying to get him out of range, which is a futile thing because of the range on Thanos. We try to kill his rocket here, which isn't working, and we're re-rolling. And there we go, we got it. We then charge the Watcher because the Watcher is the next thing that needs to die. We just need a 5, and we get it. He does not ignore the damage, and then he rolls for his stones, moving the Watcher, and he cheats here. I don't catch it. He moves Thanos so I can't prob it with Peter to block my line of sight. He probs it, gets high enough to hit the Wasp and the other Spider-Man, and he just kills the other Spider-Man. Colossal Retaliators onto the Wasp and hits the Wasp, but we Super Sense out of the way on this one. And then this is where he cheats. He gets an extra movement on the Watcher. He shouldn't have been able to do that. Neither one of us caught it. It's our bad. We're trying to tick Thanos down here, which is futile. I don't know why. At this point, I don't think I can kill Thanos, but we're trying to kill the other pieces. And he kills the Token and the Darcy around the Phoenix. Thanos is shooting my stuffs. He mind controls Peter. Peter goes to attack Wasp. Very sad day. My Avengers are fighting themselves. He needs very little to hit her. And then we make our Super Sense roll. Haha, he misses. But then he Colossal Retaliates because this thing is a monster. Knocks Peter down to his stop click, and we decide to recruit her in Party Thor. And I don't know. I thought I had him out of range of my guys for the Pulse Wave. We running shot, we Pulse Wave, and we do get everybody within range. I don't know why I didn't do my guys. I was cheating, I guess. But we take out his Colossal Retaliator. We do a little bit of damage. He rolls for stones, gets 3. He gets 3 a lot. He tries to put his Thanos in position on the Watcher, and he hits Party Thor. And then he's going, I think he's a 3. I think this is absurd. So he mind controls, and then he goes into the Wasp. We Pulse Wave here. Party Thor's just trying to take him down the best we can. I really don't have an answer for this. I've lost, and I know I've lost, but we're still trying. Wasp running shots because we think we can kill the Watcher here. We just got to take it down. I think 2 damage kills it. We roll a 10. He probs it. We roll a 10, and we kill the Watcher, so we can't replace. But by this point, there's nothing I can do to get the 175, and he just takes the Soul Gem and is healing himself up. I can't do anything about it. He's going to mind control my team. We've got a stop click on Peter. And then we just speed up here because we're going back and forth really slow. He kills Peter. And I recruit her in Quicksilver. We charge Thanos, trying to pick off a little bit of damage, but it's not really not working. I'm going to bring everybody up and try to deal him damage. But even if I get a hit on every single guy, I can't take him down enough where his regen won't stop it. So we just decided that we're just going to give our opponent a bunch of points. So after he kills the Party Thor here, we bring in Captain America, Recruiter, and we charge Captain America up there. The Demon Armor can't really do any damage because he only has 2 damage. We bring in Daredevil, Recruiter, and at this point, if he kills any of the pieces that start on my team, he wins the game, but he doesn't realize that. So we charge up, and we're trying to take down Thanos. He's moving around the map. We're making him run around. Demon Armor's doing what Demon Armor does. And at this point, he shoots the Wasp, and Captain America kills them both, and he wins the game.
So this is my Majestix practice game into a Jean Bomb team. I'm using my X-Men team, and they're using the Jean Grey from the Dark Phoenix saga that can be mind controlled to just one-shot everything like 5 times a turn. That's his whole team, basically. We start by equipping the alchemical potion. Again, I did not realize exactly how this alchemical potion works, so we just kind of do the thing we were here to do, but whatever. Mimic grabs Perplex off of the magic in the corner, and we move Jubilee over and make her go Dragon Mode. This was the first mistake of the game. When she's big, she can be shot. My opponent's Mad Jim Jasper Prime gives Jean Grey a Red Wing, and then he can free TK her over with Venom Mags, and then swap the Red Wing item for the Power Gem. This is what lets her do 1,000,000 damage. Starro can mind control her, and then makes a little Starro bot, and then she runs over and shoots my Jubilee. With the Power Gem, this thing is going to do 6 damage. He does force the probs his crit miss, but he can do that. And then I probs him, and then he hits. At least I get a rally, but she does get killed because I missed my shape change. He sidesteps her back to be back in mind control range of another guy, and then realizes he actually can't get over to me, so he just runs her back, which is a problem for me because now I can't get to him, and he's going to have another turn to shoot me. So I say, all right, well, got to move everybody over to Magic. She can carry the whole team. We just get everybody over there as much as we can, with Mimic carrying Moira and Exodus carrying the other Magic, and then Magic carries the whole team over. I misposition here a little bit. His Gene cannot fly, so I assume that it has to shoot me from the ground, so it doesn't matter where I put these. But I forget about the Venom Magneto's telekinesis to put it up on the ramparts on the other side of this map. So I should have kept my positioning here, but I swapped the Moira and the Exodus, which is a mistake. He then TKs her up and mind controls her, runs her over, and shoots my Exodus. With Perplex up and the Power Gem, she has a 13 attack to my 18, which is not hard to hit. He does miss it. He's forced to burn another theme probs. I burn my theme probs, and we each have 1 left now. I say screw it, have to try and make him roll a 5 here to get a rally on Mimic, and he hits me anyways without the 5. Then Starro can do a triple mind control, targeting both my Magics and his Jean Grey. Every time the Starro hits a mind control, he summons a little Starro guy right next to them, and then he can kill one of the Starro guys to free mind control, which is very annoying. So he has my Magic attack my Moira, he misses, my Magic attack my Magic, it hits, does 2 damage to her, which knocks her off of her carrying and her Perplex, but she has power now. Shoots back at Exodus, misses, then hits. And we both are out of theme probs now, and then my Exodus is down. I have to move my Magic here to try and get a probability control for my breakaway roll because I need to hit this attack. Here I'm threatening 5 damage with a Flurry, which will kill Jean past her stop click. We hit, and then he probs me, and then we miss by 1, and then we Flurry, and we miss. And here's where we lost the game. Realistically, we lost the game on like turn 2 when I screwed up my positioning with Jubilee and then also again with Exodus, but that was my only chance back into the game. His only main attacker here is the Jean Grey, and that would have killed her. Here he uses the Magem Jasper to swap out the Power Gem for the Buckler, I think it's called, where she can just gain phasing 10, flies way away from my Mimic. He moves the Red Wing token in, attacks my Magic, which just puts her on her last click, so she can Perplex again, which is nice. And then outwits my Charge Flurry on Mimic. So we need to kill the Red Wing. We attack with our Magic that has higher attack and probs. We hit, but he has a Super Senses that we just have to pray he misses, and he doesn't. We go in with the lower attack Magic now. We need to kill the Red Wing to try and get Mimic his charge back so that we can try and kill anything. So far we've done 0 damage to his team, but we miss. And then time is called, and I can't do anything, and it's his turn, and he's got 1,000,000 points, and I've done literally no damage to his team, so he has the game.
And we're back from I Love Games with our Majestix practice. All 3 of my games were bad, I'm not gonna lie. My first game was into Thanos.
I heard the salt in the first game.
So my first game was into Thanos, and my Mimic and my North were left alive. The Super Senses shape change thing that I was talking about in the team overview happened, it worked. My opponent just couldn't hit my guys, but unfortunately, this is like 150 points. And Thanos is 200 when he's possessed, so he just killed the rest of my guys, and then we just looked at each other because I couldn't kill Thanos. I just couldn't roll high enough, basically. So yeah, that was frustrating, but I need to rework a game plan for Thanos. Every single time, I'm like, yeah, this will work. It doesn't. Now, admittedly, my positioning in that game was really bad. And then my second game, you just saw, I just kind of did nothing and got annihilated by a multiple times mind-controlled Jean Grey. Just couldn't get up to it. His entire team was set in the back line the entire time, and I just couldn't get over there. The reach on my team is pretty medium-ranged. If you don't leave your starting zone, I can't really get to you. My team plays fair and plays well into fair-playing teams, but Thanos doesn't play fair, and that G Mind Control game did not play fair.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. The G Mind Control.
Yeah, you just got lucky as shit.
Fair.
And then my third game was into our friend who was playing. I'm gonna be honest. He was playing a dog shit team. He didn't kill anybody. I don't think he even did damage to anybody. Yeah. So all my games were not great. But I definitely learned a lot with this team. I was very much more used to my Majestix team for the Vegas event, and this is not that team. It plays slightly differently. Similar core, but a very different support structure going on that I needed to play around, and I made some pretty big misplays every game, basically, that I'm learning from and will hopefully not be making moving forward.
Yeah. So my Scientific Avengers game 1 was against the Mind Control team, and turns out when you put the Demon in Armor so that all of your guys are within 6 squares. It's really fun because they can't do anything against them. He also rolled very bad. He got like 4 4s in a row.
Yeah, he just hit me.
Yeah,
So-
and then the 3 dice on this Peter is really good because you can't do anything.
Yeah. Every time I've looked at that Peter Parker when we're playing, I'm like, okay, so I'm never gonna hit this thing, and it's always gonna hit me. I'm just gonna try and ignore it, and sometimes you can't.
Yeah, this Doom, TK is in a position. He's sidestep, outwit, reduces penetrating damage. The Masters of Doom ability is pretty cool. It didn't come up, but
There's another
if-
ability that does.
yeah, but if either the Peter Parkers get down on Clix and I can pop off like the Starrowhead Pogs, they just get to heal up. And then the Pogs are pretty good for Perplex. I've got 1, 2, 3 Perplexes on the team. It's pretty decent. And then game 3 was against Thanos. Did what I could, wiped his other team, didn't let him Thanos chain.
Yeah, that's what I did.
But after the point where all of my stuff died, I just recruiter boarded all of my Avengers in, except for Black Widow, and just ended the game by him getting 400 points because I could not deal with Thanos after he killed. He outwitted the triple dice roll on Peter and then knocked him down to in cap, and he's kind of useless at that point. We used him to take out his rocket, but whatever.
Yeah, I think there's an argument to be made to, at least for my team, with this Mimic and this North who are really hard to kill. If I can find somebody else who's really, really hard to kill with rollouts or like stuff like that, that my answer to Thanos might just be to point stall the Thanos. Because normally the Thanos point stalls you, where he's just this 200 point piece that's like really, really hard to kill. And if you kill the rest of his things, as long as he scores 101 points, he wins the game. But maybe I can point stall Thanos, where if he can't kill 205 points from me, and I can kill the rest of the squad, then I can win. Something to think about.
After I beat Hunter, I denied both my first 2 opponents their 300 points. So they did not win, or they did not get any points off of me, and I got their full teams off of the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And then against Thanos, I got 100 points.
Yeah.
Not a lot. But I got second. And second, we had more of the Exoswords OP stuff. So I got the Emma Frost replacement figure that you need to play that Emma Frost because you need to play both of them, because why would you deny yourself that ability?
Yeah. Yeah, they just swap back and forth between each other. Super cool.
So you play her with her daughters and just swap back and forth, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. The annoying part is that I pulled the rare version of that thing in the pre-release pull that I sponsored my friend for. So I don't have the normal version of that for this series, but I do have the figure and I need that thing. Jordan's not giving it to me because he's a piece of shit.
Can't have it. Can't have it as mine.
One more
It's
locals
100.
play, and then our last event will be on the Majestix Regional here in Tucson. Got a couple more weeks of openings to try and lock down our teams. Gonna hopefully have some time to do some practicing against the Thanos. Although in our Vegas games, there was only one out of the 23 people who were there. There's only one guy who was running Thanos. So the other option is that I just say fuck it and don't build a board to beat Thanos and just pray that I never run into a Thanos. Because I have pretty good matchups against other fair teams, like the Sakaran Iron Man, my Exodus can deal with. Other melee-based teams, Mimic can deal with. Mimic and Jubilee can deal with. So, yeah. I feel pretty confident about this team. It's going to have to do some minor adjusting. But the core of this team feels really good. That's all we got for this week's episode. Next week, we don't know what the event's going to be yet. We have to wait for the guys to post on Facebook. It's probably going to be something a little more casual, just so that some of our more casual players can get in before the Majestix event that they're probably not going to want to join. So we'll see if we can get more practice in with these teams or if we're going to be forced onto some gimmick shit and see what we can do there. Either way, should be fun.
Yep. All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.